All right, so here's a quick rundown of Ethereum. Hope you guys get a lot out of this. So, what are we looking at? Right now, Ethereum has kind of fallen off the ledge. Let's talk about what happened before and where it's at now. Ethereum had a double bottom here around the 1726 level, broke all-time highs compared to here, and then now has been on a downtrend. So, this is what happens when you hodl. If you were buying Ethereum here, you had to take profits. If you didn't take profits, this is what happened. So, the bigger pattern right now is this rising wedge pattern that Ethereum broke out of. If you're going to be a pattern-based trader, you go from the top of the pattern to the bottom of the pattern, and you're going to get a mark to somewhere right about down here, 10,075 to about 10,075 to about 11,000. I'm sorry, 1,075 to about 1,100 is kind of where our target's going to be for this Ethereum drop. Kind of already put it here for you. That's what this drop is here. Now, what happened and what's going on? You can see we have a relative short-term downtrend, right? We have highs, lower highs. I keep talking about this. Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, low, lower low, lower low. We broke out of the pattern. We had a bearish retest. That's what I'm talking about here. Had a bearish retest right here. Pull this up for you. And now after that bearish retest, it just fell off. And this is what happens with bearish retests, especially when they break out of rising wedges. Rising wedges break out to the downside 68% of the time. This was all bearish action. Been calling for the bearish action on Ethereum for a while. You could have accumulated somewhere around here when it touched this lower trend line. I get it. But then once it broke out and you had a couple of days worth of a bearish retest. These are your selling opportunities just to get out. People don't want to take losses. Well, I don't want to take losses. Guess what? If you just got killed. If you rode this up and rode this back down, I mean, you're sitting right now at losses of, from the top, almost 37%. Why would you want to take those losses? And this is what happens when you buy at tops. And a lot of it happens is the FOMO sets in, right? We broke all-time highs. Everyone was buying in because Ethereum was going to the moon. Well, this is not where you buy. You buy on reversal patterns such as this. So that's what I'm waiting for right now. See how we had a double bottom right in here? That's something what I'm looking for. Double bottoms, cup and handles, triple bottoms, inverse head and shoulders. That's kind of what I'm looking for. That's right now, there's nothing that tells me to buy. Let's look at our MACD. Pull that up. This is all bearish. This is a huge bearish on the daily, which means daily moves on daily time frames are massive moves to the downside. So it's just trending downwards. Let's look at our RSI. RSI is entering oversold territory. We could get a bounce, and I'll show you why. Look at our stochastic. Our stochastic is basically an oversold, very oversold level. So we could get a short-term bounce. Where could the short-term bounce happen? Let's talk about it. So we broke below the 200 simple. That was also bearish. All bearish signs. We could get a retest of this 200 simple on a short-term bounce. Do not take that as strength. The only way you're going to take that as strength is if this price action comes up above and then continues on up, right? If this 200 simple is there, price action has to break above the 200, retest it, and break above. That'd be my next sign of strength. Or the next thing we're looking at are support levels. So I'm not a big fan of catching falling knives, but as you can see here are my support levels that I'm looking on Ethereum. You got here at 2,700, 2,350, 2040, 1726-ish. So these are my support levels. What you're looking for is Ethereum to possibly come here. Why do I say it's a support level? Look at this group right there. That's what I'm looking at. You can almost see that there was like a resistance level right about there. So that's why this is a potential support level. The next support level that I see is where this double bottom occurred. So see how this is a W pattern? You almost get a bit of an overhead right now it's going to be support. This was overhead resistance that I had to break through. So that's why I have my next level, and then obviously the double bottom level. What you want to see, and for us to still be in a great uptrend, is for this 27.66 level to hold. Why? Because if it does, I'll show you what I'm talking about here. This here is support at this point. What you're going to have is, so this is your low from this uptrend, right? You do not want to have a low lower than this low right here. You want to see this low hold. Otherwise, we're putting in a lower low here. And that's definitely what we do not want to see. We want to see the bulls really support this level. However, if you were out, and where most got out and where I got out some of my positions is, you're talking right, let me get the cursor for you, right here. When Bitcoin failed to put in a higher high, this is where you should have been out. You had a high here, and Bitcoin failed to put in a higher high. This is where most seasoned traders were out. You could have bought in here on this lower trend line, but once it broke out, you were out. So you really didn't lose much, because you sold on things like bearish retests and breaks of trend lines and lower highs. I'd rather take a 10%, a 5% loss than take 37% off the table. So right now, you just got to let this free fall happen. Look here, here are your support levels that I have here. Write them down, make your own charts, put them in your charts, put alerts, and this is kind of where you want to see. But however, when it hits these support levels, I'm not saying it's a buy now opportunity. I'm just saying look for some sort of bottom to occur. You want to see bottoming patterns, inverse head and shoulders, double bottoms, cup and handles, Adam and Eve double bottoms. It's what you're really looking for. But I can foresee Ethereum kind of trading in this range, this 3,300 to about 2,750 level. You have some price action in this range. I can kind of see it trending there. You even have a bit of a support level right here, trading around 30.44. So, and again, everything is loose. So I would expect Ethereum to kind of, provide everything settles, it could kind of hover here and possibly move to the downside and hover. That's all just sideways trending. And you just want to see some sort of bottom pattern put in. Any questions, put in the comments section. Please subscribe to my page.